of yesteryear. Friends, we are on Yud Zayin Tibet. It was reported that was a Hilula, I believe, of a great rabbi, Rabbi Moshe Benevisti Z'tl, one of the great rabbis of his days from Turkey in of itself. He would become actually popularly known for the name of his book, the Sefer Pnei Moshe. He was actually born in English year 1608 and passed away in 1667. According to one source, his Hilul is Yud Zayin Tibet. So please, anyone, send me a comment if you know of otherwise. He was a great rabbi, a part of the Ottoman Empire at that point in time. He was dwelling in those places in of itself. Now, he came from great rabbinic heritage. His father's name was Rabbi Nisim ben Moshe Benevisti, and very, very great person in of itself. And I believe he was born in Bקושטא, if I'm not mistaken. It was reported over that his father passed away while he was only 12 years of age, and his mother and his grandmother, I believe, would help him with regards to his Torah learning and his, let's just say, help support him and encourage him to study Torah afterwards, and so on and so forth. He was in his youth under the auspices of another great rabbi in, I believe, in the Turkish territories in of itself. The rabbi's name was Rabbi Shmuel Velesad, very, very great rabbi in Bקושטא. This happened to be, I think, come what the year 1630, he would be appointed the Rosh Yeshiva of Giberet. Very interesting enough, and in that specific city in that area in of itself. And he would then, I believe, let's just say, get further positions all throughout in his time in of itself. I believe in 1660 he took another prominent position, but I think sadly a lot of his writings, he wrote a lot of great Torah works, it got burned. There was a fire, I think, in that vicinity in Turkey where he was, and he lost a lot of his written works in of itself. He actually testifies to this, and was obviously very, very, I think other people, great rabbis in Turkey, actually suffered from various different fires throughout the various different years in of itself. Now, he wrote many responses and rulings throughout the time period of the Ottoman Empire in different areas in of itself, such as in Galil-Poli, this part of the peninsula in Turkey, I believe, and Damascus in Berucha, Salonika in, I believe, Greece. Also, Shelot that came from Jerusalem and from Adrianople and many other places. Now, he would actually have a prominent position as a Dayan in various different places all throughout his tenure as a Dayan, all throughout, grappled with many, many important cases that came about. And for example, the permitting agonot was something that he grappled with, finding different halachic solutions to different issues in of itself. He would study throughout the entire week very, very diligently in of itself, all throughout, writing different books, especially during the 6 days of the week, obviously, barring Shabbat in of itself. And I think come with the year 1647, a plague actually broke out in Bקושטא over there. And because of this plague, he would have to flee to various different villages, I think near that city in of itself. And he'd have to go from place to place at that point in time. At that stage in time, he was about, I believe, nearly 40 years of age when this broke out. And I think afterwards, after this actually happened, he would actually stay in Bukhara and return to Bקושטא at a later stage. I think the Hebrew date when he would return to Bקושטא was in Taf Lamed, if I'm not mistaken, where he would come down. He would actually stay in Bקושטא till the time he passed away. Now, he was a close relative, I believe, of Rabbi Chaim Benevisti, who happens to be the author of the famous book, the Knesset HaGdolah, the Baal Knesset HaGdolah, and he would actually give commentaries within regards to that and correspond within regards to this great Torah book in of itself. He was also related, I believe, somehow to Rabbi Yehoshua Raphael Benevisti, who happened to be the author of the Seder Yehoshua, great Torah book. He himself happened to be a physician, a scholar, a poet, and author of the Jerusalem Talmud. And he had various different other contemporaries, including Rabbi Aharon Sasson, who was a great rabbi of Bקושטא, also the author of the Torah Temet. Rabbi Avram Ali-Jari, who happens to be wrote commentary on the book of Maimonides. Rabbi Avram Alevi Amijo, a very great rabbi from, let's say, Israel, great Kabbalist and Darshan. Rabbi Meir de Botton, another great rabbi of his stage in the 17th century. I think he was a Rosh Yeshiva in Saloniki, respectively, in Greece, also in Gallipoli. This was interesting enough. Rabbi Avram ben Hanania, another great rabbi of his time, rabbi of Hebron, one of the four holy cities of Israel, a Kabbalist, and the rabbi of Tzfat at one stage, Rabbi Avram Rosinos, Rabbi Yehuda Leon, Rabbi Yitzchak Franzitz, really great rabbis, corresponded in halacha, Jewish law, with many of these. He was also a colleague of the famous Rabbi Yosef Katzvi, one of the greatest rabbis of Constantinople in the 17th century in of itself, and wrote the Ma'ari Katzvi in of itself. And also Rabbi Moshe Nino, who happened to be a great philosopher, great thinker, great commentator of Thessaloniki in Greece in his time. Now, famously, he did have a famous student who was named Rabbi Eliyahu Alfandari, along with many other rabbis in himself. We've spoken about the rabbinic dynasty of the Alfandari family. He happens to be, I believe, the chief rabbi of Constantinople and the author of the Igeret Eliyahu, letter to Eliyahu book. Now, he passed away. The great Rabbi Benevisti did in 1677 in Bekושטא. He lived nearly 70 years of age. He wrote his responsa on the Pnei Moshe, great book in of itself. This was put in 3 volumes, 3 sections in of itself. And I think the 3rd section, if I'm not mistaken, was printed actually after he passed away. Then the Rebbe Leshonot, I think, that was another book. I'm not sure if that was actually printed or that was in manuscript form or in of itself. But it was a really great rabbi of yesteryear. Please don't forget to light candles in the great rabbi's memory. Friends, we're a community. We're learning about the great rabbis of yesteryear. We've covered nearly about 80 great rabbis from Turkey. Please, everyone, subscribe to the channel. Share the videos with other people that might be interested in these great works. It's great Posek Halakha. Take care and be well.